Good morning, good Thursday to everyone. Today we're going to talk to that part of us that has sort of put on the brakes. If you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling distracted, if you know you really want to create this beautiful online course, but you just aren't taking the steps, this is probably what's happening in your life. And I'm totally dedicated to you guys really making a difference in the world. So we're going to sort of face this one head on and look at it through a different kind of lens. And that is with the help of Gay Hendricks and this really transformational book that you all should be reading. It's called The Big Leap. And the subtitle is Conquer Your Hidden Fear and Take Life to the Next Level. The moment of discovery. My original discovery happened early in my career when I was working as a research psychologist at Stanford University. It was the moment I caught the first glimmer of the realization that would change my life so profoundly. Here's what happened. I had just returned to my office from lunch with a friend, and we'd spent a congenial hour talking about the projects we were working on. My work was going well, and I was happy in my relationships. I leaned back in my chair and gave myself a good stretch, letting out a sigh of relaxed satisfaction. I felt great. A few seconds later, though, I found myself worrying about my daughter Amanda, who was away from home on a summer program she had very much wanted to attend. A slideshow of painful images flickered through my mind. Amanda sitting alone in a dorm room. Amanda feeling lonely and miserable away from home. Amanda being taunted by the other kids. My inner joy disappeared from my body as my mind continued to produce this stream of images. Thinking something might be wrong, I grabbed the phone and called the dorm where she was staying. Her dorm supervisor told me Amanda was fine. In fact, she could see out the window to where Amanda was playing soccer with some other girls. The kindly supervisor told me it was normal for parents to worry about kids away from home. Indeed, she said, I was the third parent to call that day with similar concerns. Really? I said, surprised. Why do you think that is? She gave a wise chuckle. You don't realize how much you miss her. So you think she must be hurting somehow. Plus, you probably had experiences yourself of being lonely away from home, so you think she must be having the same experiences. I thanked her and hung up. I felt a bit foolish. But I also knew that something important had just happened. I sat there wondering, how did I go from feeling good in one moment to manufacturing a stream of painful images in the next? Suddenly, the light of awareness dawned on me. I manufactured the stream of painful images because I was feeling good. Some part of me was afraid of enjoying positive energy for any extended period of time. When I reached my upper limit of how much positive feeling I could handle, I created a series of unpleasant thoughts to deflate me. The thoughts I manufactured were guaranteed to make me return to a state I was more familiar with, not feeling so good. Worrying about children away from home is always a handy way to feel bad, but I knew that if I hadn't pulled up those particular worrying thoughts, I would have used some other train of thought to dampen my mood. I remember almost dancing with excitement as I applied this insight to different parts of my life, such as relationships and health. Once I saw the pattern, it became obvious how it worked. I would enjoy a period of relationship harmony, then stop the flow of connection by criticizing or starting an argument. The upper limit problem showed up even in my eating habits. I would eat healthy food and get plenty of exercise, feeling great for several days in a row. Then I'd go on a weekend binge of restaurant food, wine, and late nights that would leave me feeling dull and bloated. The pattern was simple. Enjoy a period of feeling really good, then do something to mess it up. I also realized that the same pattern had a grip on the world at large. As humans, we would enjoy a period of peace and then plunge into war. We'd create a time of economic expansion and then go into recession or depression. Everywhere I looked, I saw evidence of the pattern. Eventually, I reined in the wild horses of my imagination and focused on the key step every researcher begins with, stating the problem to be solved and the question to be answered. The problem. I have a limited tolerance for feeling good. When I hit my upper limit, I manufacture thoughts that make me feel bad. The problem is bigger than just my internal feelings, though. I seem to have a limited tolerance for my life going well in general. When I hit my upper limit, I do something that stops my positive forward trajectory. I get into a conflict with my ex-wife, get into money bind, or do something else that brings me down within the bounds of my limited tolerance. The problem looked much bigger than my own small version of it. Our species in general had grown accustomed to pain and adversity through millennia of struggle. We knew how to feel bad. We had millions of nerve connections devoted to registering pain. We had a huge expanse of territory in the center of our bodies dedicated to feeling fear. Certainly we had pleasure points in various places too, but where were the mechanisms for ongoing natural good feeling? I realized that we were only recently evolving the ability to let ourselves feel good and have things go well for any significant period of time. The first question I wanted to answer was this: how can I extend the periods of contentment in my life? Even better questions sprang up. If I can eliminate the behaviors that stop the flow of positive energy, can I learn how to feel great all the time? Can I allow things to go well in my life all the time? In relationships, can I live in harmony and intimacy all the time? Can our species live in expanding waves of peace and prosperity, free from the pattern of messing things up when they are going well? I owe my life to those questions. In the process of answering them, I was able to create the kind of life I had only dreamed about, as well as to help many others make their dreams come true. This discovery catapulted me out of an excellent life into an extraordinary place I had never imagined. We've got happy kids, we live in a house we love, and I haven't had to do anything I didn't want to do for so long I can't even remember what that feels like. If any or all of that sounds good to you, you're holding in your hands the way to make it happen for yourself. All right, ladies, so it's all about the big leap and the kind of things that come up when we're trying to make that leap. So expect it. Know that that's what is happening. Share it with others. Bring it to the circle. And let's see if we can expand our ability to have good feelings and move into our zone of genius, away from our zone of excellence.